Can you hear me now? Perfect. Yeah, you should be able to hit wicked. Okay, good, good, good. Right, let me just put up a couple of things here, guys. Um, right, what's good? Okay, what we got in the room? Okay, just test me for last night's gold medal. Team gave us help with me win at 12 out of 15 trades. Tune your ears in. Wow, really? Crypto wealth, man, that's awesome, bro. Yo, hands up. There's nothing wrong in taking notes, bro. You know, nothing wrong with that at all. If you ain't taking notes, then I mean, I'm not to say that anything I'm saying is like gospel or anything, but these lives, you can dish out information. People are going to share information amongst each other, so it's only going to make sense that you take that down, you know. But thank you, man. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to wait for a few more people to enter the live, you know. But just so we get talking, I mean, from yesterday's live, okay, if I just bring up a couple of images from Ethereum on what she's been doing, man. Telling you, man, this pair has just been unbelievable. Okay, so this was the image that I took yesterday. So this is what we were looking at yesterday, guys. We were waiting for this formation to play out. Okay, it was consistent. Yo, what's up, yo, boy Steve? What's happening? Okay, who we got in here? Who we got? Okay, we got the regulars in here, man. That's awesome. All right, wicked. Diamond Fox, what's happening? Guys, if you need to ask any questions about, leverage or anything that you need to know about the exchanges as such, Crypto Wealth is your guy. You know, Procrastinator, what's going on? Brian, what's happening? Thank you so much, Brian. Andrew, everyone's coming in. All the regulars, the guys are coming in from yesterday. Wicked. Okay. All right, then. Good, good, good. Let's do this then. All right. So, what you can see right now is just a snapshot from last night's, you know, the formation. And, you're going to want to get used to this sort of behavior. And this is how you project things out. Because let's face it, you're not going to be able to sit in front of the chart continuously to watch the price. Like we've got this live stream, that's what I'm trying to create. All right. But looking back and taking screenshots of a formation before it's happened. All right. When you make a projection, you're installing confidence in yourself in the belief that, yes, if it happens, then I'm going to take a screenshot now. And then if it plays out, then I can study the whole thing. So this is the first piece of the puzzle. This is what we took last night. All right. And after a few tweaks, this is where we are at now. This is where we are. We've been waiting for this move. Okay. But if you notice, sorry, guys, I've got this wrong. This is the wrong W. This was this W right here. Okay. Let me just pull up the right W, because it's all going to make sense to you with what I'm trying to say. Okay. Sorry a second, guys. Give me a sec. I didn't take the fucking picture, man. Fuck, I didn't do it. Oh, man. Well, actually, hold on. So my day, sort this out correctly. All right, then. Where's Ethereum? Ethereum moved to the upside. days, man. Didn't take the fucking picture. I'm so sorry, guys. My bad. Okay. But this is the formation that we drew off last night. Okay. This is what we drew from earlier on today. Sorry. So last night's formation had failed. All right. Hey, Aiden, what's going on? Last night's formation from what we drew here, okay, as such, it didn't go to plan. And that's fine, you know? Now, look, you can still trade this. If you can pull a first leg W, pullback, retrace, you can enter here. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can take yourself how many pips, trade to the 50-day. Trade to the 50-day. You would have earned yourself 567 pips on that move, right? And if you're going in at one full lot, 67 pips. What are you saying? You're laughing at the bank, bro. You know, you're laughing. What kind of stuff is that? You know? Yeah, thank you, Bazza. Yeah, I mean, I've not actually asked anyone to hit the like button, but I'm guessing that does a good thing for YouTube's algorithm. I'm guessing just hitting the like button. I just thought it was just one of those. I mean, I'm not too tech savvy on the YouTube element as such. You know, I'm using it as a channel just to communicate with people. You know, so if liking it is going to help more people know that, happy days, man. Let's do that. But back to this. So from yesterday's W, you can always trade the second leg of a W. All right. Although this appeared to fail, remember, we're looking for Ethereum to move in the longer run. All right. So yeah, but we can also trade to the 50-day. All right. Because remember, price had been so fully extended away from the moving averages, we would expect it to come back to retest. So you would wait for the first leg to print. That completed. Second part of the leg was to complete. All right. You entered on this candle. Even if you entered here, you still would have got yourself a few good pips. All right. And always remember, guys, when you're placing a trade, right, and it's going to be a short-term trade, if you're looking to make money in the next 3 hours or so, okay, make sure that your trade is within profit, okay, that it's seen a profit within 2 hours of making the trade. All right. As long as you've seen a profit within 2 hours of placing the trade, you know your trade's good. If you're still jumping up and down your entry point, even after 2 hours, close the trade, get rid, all right, and reevaluate. Because if you're going to sit and wait for it to hit a profit, all right, you're going to look back and ask yourself, well, how much money am I putting down? And it's probably not going to be a lot because you might not feel as confident to put down a lot in Ethereum. And if it is a lot, all right, you're exposing yourself. And if you've got, say, for example, you put 30, I don't know, 10, 15 grand down on Ethereum, right? And you just want to make a quick buck, right? And after 2 hours, you still haven't seen a profit and you've got your liquidity sitting there. All it takes the market to just snap back against you and you're done, all right? So guys, always make sure that you're taking, after 2 hours, reevaluate and say, look, it doesn't look like it's going to go in my favor. I'm going to close this trade and get in again. All right. That's what you've got to do, guys. That's how you preserve the capital. That's the only way you can survive in this game. All right. 2 hours is the sweet spot, guys. It's the sweet spot. Zane, best crypto YouTuber, straightforward money, you guys. Zane, thank you very much, man. You know, to be honest with you, I've been trading Forex for, from my start of my journey till now, it'll be about 10 years. Okay. Now, whatever market you get into, fundamentally and principally, the way price moves is no different. So go and give me any pair, give me any instrument. As long as there's candlesticks, at some way or another, there's going to be a cycle within that pair or instrument. All right. So whether it is Bitcoin, Ethereum, any of these cryptocurrencies, give me coffee, gold, it doesn't matter. As long as there's a chart and there's a cycle, you will work out that there's a cycle in some point in the chart, So it's just the experience of just sitting and watching charts all the time, guys. And I was used to watch charts all the time, but I didn't know what I was looking at, and I would always put money down, always put money down on a real trade, because you'll then work out where you went right or wrong based on how well the trade goes. Steve B, what's going on? Do you know what? Crypto and BitBoy, I see them as, they seem to have authority in the industry, man. Like, I mean, if it's just those guys are there just to hype people up, then there are people that do get enjoyed, they enjoy being hyped up, but for me, it's, if any of those guys aren't talking about charts and they're not talking about how price is behaving in certain points, then, I'm gonna pass on those guys, man. Hey, what's going on, Hugo? All right, so Hugo said, shorting since 1352, should I hold? Do you think when Sydney wakes up, we'll keep the downtrend? All right, listen, let's start. We'll get into more conversation in a moment. Let's look at where we are at with Ethereum, because I know you guys, you want to just talk charts, and that's what we are about. Okay. So we zoom out on the bigger scheme of things, all right? Remember, okay? What were we saying yesterday? Let's get my trusty little Microsoft Paint version annotation tool, man. That was funny when that guy said that. So I've got a bit of a sore throat, man. Don't know what's going on. It ain't Corona either. All right, and cool. So looking at the bigger scheme of things here, guys, we said, and I've been saying it over all the time in these streams, whenever we see two downward pushes, right? We are expecting another push to the upside, And Crypto just invest in code just to look at his thumbnails. Like, what the fuck? They keep pumping their BitLink. They don't talk about nothing else other than business promotion shields. BitBoy claiming a 27k by December. Wow, 27k by December. Like, these guys are playing some super long swing trades. Maybe. Diamond Fox. 10k Ethereum in 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, it looks, see, this is it. Some of these new guys, right? They have to give something, Otherwise, no one would be watching them. I mean, I came across Crypto's live stream, and he had 2,000 people in his stream. Now, he's obviously got 250,000 subscribers, I think it is. So, that makes sense that he's got that many people. But some of the guys today were saying that he was throwing figs or doing something. I'm like, is that what people watching this guy do? Like, what the fuck? Doesn't make sense, man. 20,000, that is wild. 20k. Good evening, George, Ringo, Paul, John. What's going on? Okay, then. Yeah, man. You know what? All the best to them, man. They're hyping everything up in their own space, Yeah, man. We've all got to do, you do you kind of thing, He's got his followers and what have you. This is a different kind of thing, guys. There's no hidden agenda here. Take what you want from this. All right, I enjoy what I do with this, and I'm holding testament to it. In order to become a master at something, I have to be able to teach it, and I don't have to charge anyone to do that. Would never charge anyone to do that. That just defeats the teaching aspect. If you can't teach this for free, then you're not in it for the passion. You're not in it for the science, the craft. Okay, Sign's awake after a long 4 days for many weekend. Chris, how you doing, Chris? Chris has been around from day one since Traders Reality started the channel. Chris has been around, man. Thank you so much for everything, Chris. Aiden, just what your quantum is. Hey, no worries, man. I'm glad you found it, man. Waiting to buy it back. Okay, you are the best streamer in my opinion. Thank you, Brian. God, you know what? Streaming. I've only been streaming this channel for the past 2-3 days, guys, and the feedback's been great. Feedback's been wicked. IILL, whatever. So cryptic that is. Nah, man, it's just bad. That's it. You know, it's good that people like the chill. This is it. LL. Is it LL? Oh God. John's the best one. We got the cool, but yeah. Yeah, man, it's hard analysis for me, guys, because this is the only when I during on my journey, right, I'm always asking myself, there has to be more to it. You know, there has to be more to it. I've searched around, guys, and there's nothing else that can be done. You know, there's nothing else. If you're gonna learn something, learn how it works. Once you've understood how it works, then there's really nothing else to look for. All right. Then it's all about your ability to deliver with, you know, within the system that you understand, you know, because you can have, for example, you can give someone a strategy. Here we go. Here's an example. Just take a simple strategy, a 50-day cross. All right. A 50 and a 200-day cross. When price crosses above the 50-day, you buy. When it goes below it, you sell. All right. And it will have, like, for example, a 90% success rate. And then you get people that will still lose. And then you're thinking, hold on a sec, if I'm guaranteeing a 90% success rate on this system, how the fuck are you still losing? You know? So that brings you to the mindset. It's like people are impulsive. You know, when they look at a chart, they think, oh my God, I don't want to miss out on a big move to the upside. When really what you're doing is you're becoming the liquidity for that move to go in the opposite direction. You know? John, this is something that I'm doing, guys. I'm in the process of putting together a video. It's going to be about 3 hours long, and it's literally going to explain the logic behind how I understand price. By joining these live streams, okay, you're getting snapshots of it. You're getting the nuggets, as Crypto Wealth says it. I'm giving you the majority of the information during the lives. You know, there's no better way to learn other than jumping in at the deep end. You know, so you're getting the information now. So every single day that we stream, you're going to be hearing the same thing over and over again, because, guys, there's nothing to hide here. You know, the reason I say the same thing over and over again is because it's what's happening on the chart. And when you understand that price does the same shit over and over again, it will then start to sink into your mind, and you'll be like, you know what? This is it. This is how it works. Guys, the guys have some sort of legitimacy in the crypto world. Been through bear bull markets, but their technical skills are shaky. Always as predicted. That would be great for no worries. Yeah, you know what? The guys, Alpha Lubo, Bulgarian, word for love, are wicked. Right, I'm gonna call you Lubo from now on. Yeah, look, the MM crypto and the guys, if they sit through, you know, bear markets, bull markets, and what have you, if they sit through the crashes and what have you, well, you know, how many people have sat through the crashes? You know, it doesn't make them no extraordinary crypto guy. You know, it's easy to say that you held onto a cryptocurrency when it was at its lowest and then you started buying. Well, naturally you would. It's the standard law of supply and demand. Something is cheap, buy it. You know, if everyone said now, if you found out that the latest iPhone 12 was going for cheap at a certain supermarket, you think it takes a genius to go to that supermarket and buy loads of it? No, it doesn't. You know, it's easy to get away with saying that you held it when it was dropping and you know, you held it as it was rising. You're pretty much just riding the whole thing. Where's the element of skill? If you're a buy and hold investor, swings don't matter to you. Your goal is the longer term. You know, that's the understanding of it, guys. What's going on, Zedov? Chris Austin, live streaming at this time of day in Oz, in my case, is perfect. Living in the Asian time zone has downsides, so New York close, Asia open works. No worries, my man. Yep, so we're probably going to take this stream into the Asian Open, because this stream is about, you know, exploring what Ethereum does with the various pumps in liquidity. Okay, someone said yesterday that it's been like, you know, a holiday for the Australians. Okay, so I think we could see some, you know, some movement in the market. But guys, I'll tell you what let me break it down into the chart. Let's work out what has happened today. All right, let's work out Let's work out what Ethereum has done today, and let's start refreshing our minds on what's going to happen soon. Okay? So sit back. Do we think, let's start it off. Ahmed, welcome to the stream. Do you think Ether will go up or down in the next 24 hours? Well, let's look at what she's been doing. All right? So, as we said, we've got the two pumps to the downside, and that happened here. Pump 1, and then here, pump 2. All right? Now, we need to, fucking hate this. So we need to look at what's been going on. So earlier on today, all right, you can see that this was a failed W pattern, all right? And they were spiking the lows here. So this effectively was a setup. And I was saying to myself here, and I was saying in the stream as well, that because they were working the lows here, we could effectively see a reversal to the upside. But the market makers weren't finished, all right? Because they had this area here. They had the 800 EMA and the range weekly low at this point here. You can see it's actually moved to this side because we are now in a new session, all right? But the range weekly low was in this area here, okay? That's where it was today. Let's see this. I hope this is a kick down happening from Fat W. Well, this is it, man. So what we had experienced today, okay, was we saw effectively, in my opinion, could this be the final dump? No, you know, the final dump before the pump. You know, are they dumping price now in order to obtain as many longs as they can at the lowest price, making retail traders believe that it's going to the downside and using that liquidity to run up? Because, you know, you can imagine crypto wealth, correct me if I'm wrong with this, but now that crypto exchanges are giving leverage, that means there's loads of money coming into the market, you know, and that money is getting trapped on the pullback to these areas here. Market makers know this is happening. They know what the exchanges are doing, so they're trapping everyone up. A2212, he's good at trading. Arnold crypto, yeah, man. I mean, I don't really know many of the guys in the scene of the crypto world. I'm just focusing on just purely on the price action right here, guys. You know, because ultimately that's where it's all at. Lubo, to what extent do you reckon Ether correlates to Bitcoin fluctuations? Look, a long-term investment, which is the best exit strategy? I know the entry one. Okay, then cool. I'll get to these questions in a split second. If Crypto Wealth can hear this, okay, I think you're the best man to answer the question that's just come up by John. But I will answer it, John, if Crypto doesn't. So give me a sec. All right, and so looking... So we've established that the pump was happening here. These long candles here that you can see, I'm going to zoom in a bit. These long candles, okay, these are effectively your vector candles. These are the pushes. These are the climatic candles that induce traders to believe that something's going to happen, all right, and they don't want to miss it, all right? So you can imagine when this candle was printing, it took out all this area here. All right, it took out this low here. Guys going short were thinking, well, hold on. Price has actually rejected the 50-day. It spiked to the 200-day and rejected that. I'm going short. So then you can see they start moving price slowly down, and then they get very aggressive because they know that guys are going to enter if it breaks past the 800 EMA. They know there are guys that have got EMAs all over their charts. All right. So the best way to make sure that they can absorb that liquidity is they just smash price through these EMAs. Okay, correct. I think that we will see many tutors coming to Ether as well. Do you think Bitcoin up or down short term, bro? How you doing, Money UK? We're going to break it down for you now, my friend. Sit tight and you'll see. Yeah, guys, Crypto Wealth, he's the guy when it comes to asking the questions about specific elements of Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know, like Lubo, to what extent do I reckon Ethereum correlates to Bitcoin fluctuations? Crypto Wealth will be your man to answer that question. He's been playing around with it for quite some time. I mean, in terms of the correlation for me, because cryptocurrency is not the same market as foreign exchange, all right? You've got to understand that where the money is in Bitcoin, the money's going to be there in Ethereum. Bitcoin is the fashionable currency. Ethereum is the value-based currency, cryptocurrency, you know? As I said last night, put 10 people who don't know anything about cryptocurrency and they were told about cryptocurrency and they were told about Bitcoin and then they were told about Ethereum. 9 times out of 10, they're going to go with Bitcoin because A, it's the first thing that was created, or should I say the first thing that was marketed. Okay. It was one of the main coin. It was the hype. So everyone just goes with the hype, you know? So back to this here, we've got the big red candle inducing the traders to go short. Now, you're probably thinking, so why wasn't the same here? Why didn't it happen here? All right. Well, you need to understand this break of a candle here didn't really take out any key level. All it did was just retrace back from the previous move here. That's not really a big move. That's not enough to warrant traders to all step in. All right. So market makers could have used this candle as an opportunity to get into Ether cheaper and close shorts from a higher point. Okay. Now, as we trail across here, you can see the pull away from the 50-day and breaking of the 800 and testing the range weekly low. That was enough for the market makers to warrant this reversal. All right. So in other words, they had trapped the money good because it's been dropping for 2 days, guys. All right. Remember, 2 cycles, 2 down, 1 up. So guys are feeling fearful here. They're like, oh, you know what? Is Ethereum going to hold? Is it going to hold? They used this point as an opportunity to make guys believe they could get in again. So they took those guys out as well and brought price all the way back down. All right. And then you've got more activity down here. Now the activity down here, guys, I mean, look, you've got this push to the downside, the 3 vector candles, 1, 2, 3, those long ass candles hitting the lows. And if we look closer as well, we can actually see it's effectively like a what do they call it? Railroad tracks. Some would call it bearish engulfing patterns. Ultimately it's the market makers shifting the zone. They don't tell you it's that. They tell you it's a bullish engulfing pattern, where the buyers take over. There are no buyers here, guys. It's the market makers shifting the zone. Okay, these are the guys are closing their profits. They've been building their longs all the way down here. Now they want to see a profit on them. Okay, don't think market makers wait for price to get up here and they close off their positions. No, they start closing them on the way up. That's why you see these big impulsive pushes. Whilst they're closing them all the way up, they're also opening shorts at the same time. Remember, these guys are using high-ass machinery, man. The algorithms that they've got, this high-frequency trading. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And this is what formed the formation down here. Now, if you look, the formation was a little bit of a different one. Okay? It started off as a W. But then I noticed that the 3 spikes, okay, printed an inverted head and shoulders. So you could say, I mean, a W formation and an M formation are variations of, head and shoulders. All right. But what you've got to remember also as well, when you see, I mean, look at this pattern here, guys. Just look at it. It's screaming formation. And look at this. You've got this W pattern here. Like, it's not by accident that it happens, guys. W pattern on the RSI, outside the volatility band, straight over, back outside the volatility band. I assumed that this was divergence, but it wasn't full divergence here. Okay, because the volatility came out of the band again. If this green line had stayed on the volatility band and stayed within this blue line here, it would have been divergence, but it doesn't matter because it turned out to be a W anyway. Okay. There you go, Bailey King. You got the right idea, man. Most projects traffic build on Ethereum. I think there's many well. We'll try our best, but I don't know. I'll tell you guys. Yeah, just give the guy. He'll come up with the right information, guys. Closing the shorts. Remember, when you close shorts, you sell coins back into the market. Contracts. Okay, you're buying a contract. You know, when it comes to the exchanges, you're buying contracts. When you're trading on platforms like this, okay, you're trading in contracts, right? This is what they're trying to make Bitcoin and Ethereum do. You know, they're trying to get people to trade them on contract based because then there's more money there, you know. Looking good, all-time high soon, fingers crossed. I mean, guys, look, let's look at what happened today. So once if you notice this candlestick here, if you can see it clearly, I'm just going to move this. Can you see that red candlestick right there? All right, this red candlestick spikes the 50-day and pulls straight back. All right, that there's stopping volume. Stopping volume is probably one of the best signals that this system can give. Okay, but you have to understand. JB's, no worries, my man. Thanks for passing by, man. Yeah, the stopping signal, the stopping volume is a very strong indication that something's going to change. Remember, guys, they can't make it fucking easy for us. All right, they have to keep it. You know, we're operating in the realms of uncertainty. Is this stopping volume candle correct every time? No. But when you see it form, you know at some point it's going to come into play at a later point. You know, for example, look, it spikes to the 50-day, pulls straight back. Now, when it was green, this candle was green earlier on today. All right. And if you watch the stream from today, right, you'll know that this candle here was green because I was speaking about it. All right. Now, when it hit the 50-day and completely rejected it, all that was doing was taking out all the stops for the guys who were here, all right, because they were all short, okay? And when it brought price all the way back down here and closed above, all right, and kept moving upwards, there is where they induced the traders, retail traders, to get back in to go in the opposite direction, okay? So you can imagine you're all retail traders and you're selling. You're like, you know what, I'm going to go short, happy days, short. All right. And you set your stops in these areas up here. Okay. So as a retail trader, you probably, if you entered here, you probably put your stop here. You entered here, your stop was here. If you entered here, stop was here. Entered here, your stop was here. You entered here, your stop was here. You entered here, your stop was probably here because you wanted to be confident, you know, that it was going to go that way. So we can follow a little better. So enlarge the mouse. Okay, I'm gonna keep the pen on. I'll enlarge the mouse. Give me 2 seconds. Can I do that? No. I'll enlarge the mouse for you guys. Give me a sec. Let me just explain this point here. So yeah, so all these here are the spike, the stops, and you can see how the market makers have just pretty much took out all the stops, okay, brought price all the way back, sucked them into the belief that it was going to reject, okay. Those guys got stopped out and they were left with their pants down and they're like, right, I want to get back in. And then the market makers allowed them to get back in by making them believe we could go for another short run because it rejected the 50-day, okay. Trapping more traders to go short and then changing the direction and forcing them to go back up here. So making them put their money back into the market. They're bastards, guys. Do you understand? These market makers, look, in 15 minutes, those 2 candlesticks, what I've just explained to you, right? You can imagine on a wild scale. No worries, Nahun. Nahun. Okay, cool. You can see the pen better. But yeah, can you imagine what's gone on in that 30 minutes? What I just explained to you about the market makers, what they just did in 30 minutes. Yeah. I mean, if anyone was in the live today, in the live stream earlier from today, the questions that people were coming at, you know, should we buy here? Should we sell here? Should we buy here? Should we sell here? Look at what market makers are doing to people, man. They are making them ask this question all day, every day. Okay? Thank you, Crypto Man. You're explaining the stuff that I've been doing that I never knew was actually something. There you go, Brian. You know, this is exactly where I was. I knew something was different. There had to be something else, you know? And it all came to me. The trigger for me was when I worked out that when price is rising, you are being sold to. Because I was like, buy, 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 buy. Well, who's selling to me? So if someone is selling to me, that means they're in control. Because in order for me to keep buying, that means they have something in max supply for me to obtain. So the real master here is the person selling. So we are in a seller's market. And then I started putting two and two together. And then I was finding more strategies based on that theory. You know, that you could say that was my eureka moment. You know, that's what's happening in the markets when people say, you know, price is rising because the bulls are in charge. Let's put Ethereum to the side. When someone says price is rising because the bulls are in charge, well, that's not what's happening. Because remember, in order for price to rise, it means someone has to sell something for another person to buy it. You know, the principle of it's a zero-sum game. Someone has to lose in order for someone to win. Someone has to sell in order for someone to buy. All right? It's Brian, it is literally, that's how it is, you know? But with back to this element here, okay, these two candles here really twisted up a lot of traders, okay, and got them trapped. All right, so I'm going to close that and we're going to start looking at what Ethereum has done from that point on. Okay, so I was saying it today, okay, Ethereum needs to pierce the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, okay, and retest it in order for us to confirm a valid entry to the upside. All right, John, mate, about the long-term exiting strategy, please also comment on who to re-enter when you fully exit when you have the time. So would you say that the cycles are created more? Okay, John, crypto, can you put any element to that? So would you say that the cycles are created more by the market makers than anything else, like the news, FOMO, etc.? It seems like they were just manipulating the market, taking advantage of that stuff. We just have to ride the M&Ms, basically. Brian, we have to ride the coattails. Simple as that. The market makers use, okay, they use the news, okay, to complete cycles quicker. All right? Because you can imagine you can imagine, for example, say you're at a peak formation here, all right? Price rises up and it drops. Now we understand that this is a cycle. Rise up, pull back, rise up, peak formation, drop, rise, peak formation, okay? Now you can imagine if the market maker is building his peak formation here and it's non-farm payrolls the next day, all right? Is Ether going to go up? Just have to find the trend. Yeah, if the market makers know that the non-farm payrolls are going to come out at this point here, all right, and you've got a peak formation, all right, and they're anticipating that the news is going to be good, well, the market maker knows that instead of having this up-down motion, okay, they can just simply, at the point of the news, send price all the way up here, okay, start playing around with it, and then they can start the peak formation from this level and drop price back down. They just haven't had to do this game all the time, okay? They haven't had to go up consolidation. With the news, they just shifted the whole zone, and then they start the peak formation up here. That's why when you see a big spike in price, you always see it just trickle to the side, and then it drops. You know, has anyone ever seen a candlestick like this, and then it just does this, little spikes up and down here, and then for a little while it'll trickle, and then it'll go up, and then it'll drop. That, my friends, is the peak formation, M pattern. There's your M right there. The idea is to train your eyes to keep seeing this, you know. This is the whole objective. Easy, we just have to be news creators. Because yeah, man, we have to make the news in our favor. That's exactly what we need to do, man. All right, then. So back to what we were saying. So with this peak formation, we're expecting Ethereum, okay, to pull back. All right. Now, the ideal scenario for me was this. All right. If Ethereum can close above the M2 formation here, all right, we are now going to be expecting Ethereum to take the M4. That's effectively the profit target, okay, from the M2 to the M4, all right? This is the cycle of the pivots. But right now, what we're doing, okay, what we're doing is we're sitting at a pivot point. We've already tapped the pivot point. We tapped it once, twice. We're now going to go at it for the third time, all right? The 50-day moving average has been pinged again. Look at the accuracy of the 50-day. Don't tell me that this is just, it's just a phenomena out of the blue. You can't tell me that the market makers don't intend on just pinging it. Look at that. They're just touching it. These moves are calculated and planned, guys. They know what they're doing. They know where the liquidity is, all right? Look, they've pinged it, touched the 50-day, and now look, closed strong, closed above the 50-day, closed above the 200-day. It's above the 800 EMA. Guys, in my opinion, if this move breaks through the pivot point, okay, so what I want to see happen is this. I want to see, this was put on earlier on today. We're expecting a pullback from this area here, okay? So that's consistent with this area here. So this is what we're waiting for here. We've got peak formation, right? Up it goes. We've got the first pullback, all right? This is level 1. We are at level 1 completion. We're now looking for level 2. So level 2 starts here. We're now looking for it to move to the upside. Theory has it that if Ethereum sticks to its average daily range, which is roughly 1500 pips, okay, the move from here to here is 1170 pips, okay? So the next move effectively should be up here. It should take out the range weekly high and it should finish fuck off. Ethereum should finish up here in line with the M4. There you go. Literally 1500 pips right to the T. That's not by accident, guys. You know, you can see the synchronicity right there. They have to stick to at least a certain daily range, you know? Okay. Is everyone all good in here? Procrastinate impressive. Okay, well, something like 1 more year or less. Okay, you guys are having that conversation. That's good. Okay, so this little formation here, guys, is going to be... Did you guys get all that last bit? Yep, so back over... Yeah, Brian Stewart. On the principle of the... Because look where... Here is the M2. All right, I'm just going to mark it off here. All right. So it's easier for everyone to see. M2. All right. M2 right there. All right. Price has shown the support at M2 here. So the logic is with the pivot points, all right, M2 is going to equal to M4, right? Up here. M1, look where M1 is, all right? M1 should be equal to M3. And look how close we are to M3. We're not too far away from M3. There is no reason why we can't hit M3 this evening or hit the range weekly high because of all this support here. You know, we need to see what price does in this area. We're about to cross a pivot point, critical pivot point. Okay. The averages are stacked up in our favor. Okay. So M3 looks like the next area of interest. Okay, John, personally from trading art, I'm looking for minimum 5 times. Do you think Ether will hit under £1,000 again? Just speculation, I know, but just curious. Okay, Stetson, to consider whether Ethereum will hit below 1,000, okay, Ethereum would need to, let's look at the 4-hour time frame, okay, below 1,000, Ethereum would need to test the 200 day. And that's not even at 1,000. This is 1,000. Okay. That is a 3,440 pip move. Okay. It's going to take a little while for that to do that overnight as such, but look at where the activity is. It's stacked to the upside. It's all stacked, you know. Some could say that we're actually forming an M pattern here, okay? But the high here is higher than this here. This first leg should not ever be exceeded by this leg here, okay? There's strength there. So now the EMAs are stacked in our favor to go more to the upside. We will see a correction, but we're going to see it move up quite a bit before it's going to look to come back. The 50-day looks like it's just the strongest part of the trend. The 50 days where the strength is at. I mean, look, I'm always on the 15-minute and the hour time frame. That's me, you know. 15-minute. I will look at the 5-minute, you know, and work out my cycles, where I'm at in my cycles. I mean, if we look at the 5-minute, look how beautiful that head and shoulders is there, you know. Okay, man, unlike other crypto, you actually sound knowledgeable and know what you're... Thank you, Christian, man. Thank you so much. That answers your question, Stetson. Please let me know. I was gonna buy GMES today when it was at 76. I'm so mad. I don't know why I didn't. The lesson you can learn from there, my friend, is just don't hesitate. You know, just take the trade. If you know how much you're gonna lose, take the trade. If you're hesitant, it means you don't know how much you're happy to risk. You know, if you've got $5,000 in your trading account and you're looking at something and you're saying to yourself, you know what, I want to buy that. Something's saying to me to buy it. Next time, say this to yourself. If I buy this stock, I'm only going to lose £100 if it goes wrong. Well, fuck it, I'll take the trade. Let's go. I could make that triple my money. Take the trade. No hesitations in this game, guys. Take the trade. I will take £1.80 profit. Is that $1.80, yeah, Sam? Brian, I hate to buy more at this price, but what are you saying? But what you are saying, Brian, you day trading holding. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, every time I've hesitated and bailed, I was wrong to bail. Trust that gut stomach, man. Trust your stomach, man. You know, Brian. Yeah, Brian. Look, you're buying more at this price. You know, you only buy, guys. Look. You're only going to buy once the pivot has been confirmed and this 50-day has been confirmed as well. This is what we're waiting for. We are waiting for price to do this. Breakout, test, pull away from the 50-day. Because your entry can either be here or at the previous high, which would be effectively up here when it forms. Okay? Don't buy into it now because we could actually just have this all night, you know? That's exactly what we could have. That's the tricky thing. Who knows? We could actually drop back down, guys, you know? That's the nature of the beast. You know, they may have just recovered or taken out a few stops, but look at how it's behaving. There's no reason why we can't. You know, look at the ground that it took today. It achieved its average daily range. So that tells me we're in a consolidation and we're now looking to complete another daily range. You know? Not a lot. Okay, both trying. Both. I trade about 3.5k, hold about 8.9. Thank you for the answer, man. Didn't mean necessarily soon, but here. Thank you so much, Stetson. I don't know if I'm saying your name properly, but thank you, my man. What about 10k worth now? I will wait and dump some over 1,400 and buy back in at the low. ZDOF, that's making a mad... I mean, unless there's some... Look, even if it was to drop 45%, that would effectively be deemed as a crash. That would be like a massive killer crash drop, you know? And the fact that institutions are stepping into here right now, they ain't going to let that happen. There's too much money tied into it right now. Too many players are owning too much of it. Too many big players are owning too much of it. Right now, guys, we're in a financial evolution, you know. See, I'm strong. I think with Michael Saylor highlighting a lot of conferences today, big institutions, 45% is too much. True, I mean, 45%. Yeah, I mean, look, a 45% correction is too much in a short space of time, you know? I mean, something drastic would have to happen for that to happen, you know? You're gonna drive price down to buy in. True, I mean, but given the fact that so many other institutions have been buying at this point, they are the ones that hold the ground here. You know, they ain't gonna, doesn't matter what other institutions are stepping in. At the end of the day, they're gonna use each other's liquidity to get orders filled. But guys, this is speculation, man. We can say Bitcoin's gonna drop 110% in the next 3 days. You know, let's see it happen. Let it happen. You know, let it happen. Because whatever happens, there will, you know, in order for a market to occur the next day, it would have to be at a certain level to entice people to get back in. You know, it's funny how resets work. You know, resets happen, or they're claimed after a moment of, you know, fear and, oh my God, you know, everyone's scared, you know, and emotions just reset because everyone will start buying again. Oh, you know, market's crashed. Oh, what? But then they'll think, oh, wow, it's nice and cheap. It was £1,400 before, now it's like 60, 70p, you know? So it's all preference. It's all different people's opinions, whatever. All we can do is just work off what price is doing right now. You know, we can't, you know, collude our minds into thinking that in the next 3 days, Bitcoin's going to drop 45% and we're starting to look down here. You know, if we are of the belief or the impression that Bitcoin's going to drop in the next, you know, 3-4 days, you know, 45%, that means we want to start selling short. So in order for us to sell short, someone is giving us something, they're buying something from us. Yeah, they're buying something from us because we're selling short. That means the market makers want you to think short so that you can give them the liquidity so they can buy their longs at a cheaper price. And then whilst everyone's thinking that Bitcoin's going to crash, okay, they'll move the market in a way to entice people and to solidify that belief. And then before you know it, Bitcoin's making more ground to the upside. Funny how cycles work, innit? It's funny how they really try and manipulate people because that's exactly how they do it. Barney Rubble, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the channel. Should I buy now? Hold on. Okay then, Barney, don't buy anything yet. All right. If you follow this live stream, okay, we're only really looking to buy if Ethereum does this from this area. So if it breaks out of this area, it pulls back, continues to the upside. You're looking at entering in this area here. Okay. I mean, if you're really new to it, Crypto Wealth might be able to provide insight. Crypto Wealth, guys, come in. He's new to crypto, 1,500 notes to trade with. I personally think he should just buy Ethereum and leave it and see what happens. Don't trade, because you're in a position now where you can actually own yourself 1.5 Ethereums as such. Okay. And you know, if Ethereum continues to go up, then, you know, you're getting buck for buck there. If it's, you know, if it turns to be 3,000 in the next month, you've got yourself, you know, 3 grand sitting nicely in an investment. So I would trade as in day trade, you know, I would just buy to hold, because that's exactly what, you know, Ethereum's all about. It's about holding it. If you want to trade it, I mean, 1,500, you can still trade it. There's no problem there. But, you know, don't put yourself, you know, if you're not familiar with a market, don't trade it in that aspect. Buy and hold it and learn in that aspect. There you go, Chris. Exactly that. We're not market makers, you know. The likelihood of seeing... No worries, Barney. It's all good. Mr. B, how we doing? No worries, Mr. B. It's all good. Anyone that's new to the channel, you know, welcome. Join the Discord as well. I've got the link at the top because that's where I notify everyone. Okay, and just, you know, just put everything in there, man. The Discord it's a nice place. You know. That's it. George, thanks for streaming. Is Ether a better hold? True for perfection. Okay, so is Ether a better hold than Bitcoin for this year? In my opinion, I mean, look, Bitcoin exists purely on the basis of Ethereum. Ethereum is the foundation. Crypto wealth will be able to add more to this. In my honest opinion, Ethereum carries more value. Why? Because it creates, it's the motherboard. You know, when you're buying a PC, you're always going to inquire about the motherboard. You're going to invest in the motherboard before you're going to invest in the graphics card. Although I'm not saying you shouldn't have a good graphics card because that's just fucked if you don't. But what I'm saying is motherboard's a priority, you know? Put your money in your motherboard because you know it's going to play out well, you know? Reality break. What's Bitcoin doing then? Someone's saying check out Bitcoin. Here we go. What is she doing? Oh, look at that. Oh, can anybody see it on the 5-minute time frame? Funny that is. There's your inverted, exactly like Ethereum. 1, 2, 3. Price moves up, out the zone, level 1 consolidation. Okay, there's your level 1 consolidation. Now we are expecting price to move to the upside and take out this area. It's going to take out the pivot. Ethereum should follow suit. It's breaking its 800 EMA. Okay, on the 5-minute time frame. Now let's look. Look at that. There you go. There you go, guys. Here we are. We're making history tonight. Are we going to sit for a nice run? Ethereum has been so horrible to us these past couple of days, man. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what Ethereum does. Bitcoin's about to break the pivot point. It's starting to get busy. Okay, so I'm going to pull up Ethereum's chart. There you go. Ethereum's doing just that, guys. Breaking out of the pivot point. Guys, let's just go. Let's sit through it. Let's make history together. We've got the support at the 50-day. I'll talk you through it, guys. Is this the consolidation of level 1? Because if so, we've got effectively level 1 performance right here. Got level 1 here, level 2 start. We're going to expect it to take the range, hit the M3, range weekly high should be hit. This is the M4 is the ultimate point, man. But guys, if it does hit the M4, expect a pullback. You know, I think this is where Silly the bunny would come in and get short in this area, you know. Okay then. As long as everyone's evening's doing good, man, we're just sitting tight and watching Ethereum behave herself. Like I said, we had 2 days down, 2 cycles down. We need to have one up, you know. You're raising your sell limits, okay? Guys, if you're planning on trading, but remember, guys, look, this is what market makers do. They create excitement, okay? Just beware. We want to see the pivot being tested. We want to see price here, okay? We want to see this break out of here. We also want it to come back and test if this is a true floor. Is it support? Or are they just trying to fuck around with us, okay? Don't get too excited because they want us to feel that way. I'm just going to draw the line for it. We're looking up here, down, up, entry 1, or if you're really ambitious, that would be my entry based on a certain candlestick. I would have to see a specific candlestick for that to happen, you know. So yeah, this would be, I mean, just selling a little. I use that money to buy, push down, drops. I've been trading for a while. I'm not saying to do this. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, Brian, you obviously got the experience behind you. You know what your parameters are. you know. So don't FOMO right now. It's too late. Yeah, it is. It is. You guys effectively, you would have won if you wanted to ride this move here. You should have entered at this test of the 50-day candle, the close of this candle here. That would have been your entry, you know, and you would have been able to ride it up. Remember, if you haven't seen a profit within 2 hours of your entry, get the fuck out. Get out. You know, we're now going to test the day's high. All right. Day high point in here. Tokyo. No. Okay. What is a good sell point? Assuming even gets below maybe. Yeah, boy, Steve. I mean, look, if we get an all-time high, guys, we're laughing. We're making history in this live stream. Like, what's going on? You know, we're making history in a live stream. I've been following Ethereum's behavior for the past 3 days, and you know what, guys? As much as the streams are quite long, right? I advise you actually watch the stream. You know, when you get time, they're like 6-7 hours as such, 3-4 hours. But you're gonna see how price behaves in real time, and you're gonna work out how you would be feeling at that point in time based on the information that's been presented on the screen. It does help. It's all the learning curve, guys. It's exactly how it's gonna work. Range weekly high. I say this move here, we're gonna see range weekly high, but then we also got Bitcoin, which looks like, I mean, look at that. That is unbelievable for Bitcoin. Ethereum. What are you doing, Ethereum? I'm going to bring up Bitcoin's chart as well, guys. Okay. Put this here. Bring Bitcoin's chart up. Just so that we've got access to it as well. Yeah, if you guys can see that. Okay then, how's that? So we're keeping an eye on Bitcoin as well. Bring chart up there. Keep an eye on Bitcoin, so it keeps the charts nice. I'll just bring it all the way over here. Bring it here. We can pay attention to it. Okay, what we got here? Okay, 81 of you in the room. Thank you. If there's anybody new, welcome to the channel. Okay. Shorts are dangerous, but use. Yep. Jamie, how you doing? When profit want to get out and back in. All right. I mean, Jamie, if you want to get out and get back in, I'd wait a minute because Ethereum looks like it wants to make more ground. Okay. So you want to sell when it becomes climatic. You want to sell when price is going crazy to the upside. Don't wait for it to stop while it's rising. You sell while it's rising. Okay. Is the pivot line the daily high, Mr. B? No, the pivot line is the previous day's high and low, and this is the average in the middle. Okay, this is the midpoint, right? And these M3, M4s are critical points in based off the pivot. 81 should really be 810 with the content you make. You know what? I'm happy if there's. I started the stream like this week, and I had like 5-6 people in it, and I was fine with that, man. I mean, 84 of you guys, like that's just crazy. Just listening to me. I mean, I could have a fucking irritating voice for all I know, but you're listening, and for me, it's. I'm hosting a show here. It's awesome, and we're doing it over something that I bloody love. Trading. That's what it's all about. And it's great to sit with you guys and just watch this happen. Because many traders out there, they do this by themselves. You're seeing an influx of companies starting trading rooms and groups because these guys know that trading is very lonely because it's just you and your charts. Some of the greatest people I've spoken to in my time have been people that have been trading or, they're online. It's mad, Need to get the donate button. Nah, man. Don't know how you get a donate button, man. Lucas, you're the best. Greetings from Bedford. Bedford, UK. What if you wrote the support on the chart and the short explanation so people stop feeling like they needed to ask when they come in, avoiding any financial advice, of course, something like market. No worries, man. Thank you for coming in. Mods, guys, you need to work out how we can get a donate button. Everyone wants to treat me to a coffee. Happy days. I'll take that. Look, guys, it's all about giving here, man. We give, you know. Right. Okay, here we go. COVID sent me down this rabbit hole of trading in crypto. There's nothing wrong. It's a good little rabbit hole to be in. We're French. I understand everything. It's really pleasant. It's wicked, man. Fifth Element, how we doing? You need 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, then enable super chat. Is that how it works? I've given £5 to £10 for far less knowledge. That's awesome, man. I didn't know you had to. I knew you had to get 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours for the YouTube partner thing, but I didn't know about in super chat. Didn't know about that. Oh, happy days then. You know, you got live chat, top chat. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, man. That is wild, guys. Guys, if I can turn anyone into, if I can help someone achieve something from this, I know what I'm doing is working. Do you understand? You know, you have to. I mean, do you know what? It's a risky thing to come on. Yo, what's going on, Red Bloodstorm, Real Bloodstorm? You know, Real Bloodstorm's with me in the streams during the day, man. It's good to have you here, bro. But yeah, it's stepping on YouTube and putting yourself out there, talking about this sort of stuff. It's a risky thing, you know, because all it takes is someone to watch this and be like, yo, you're wrong. And then be like, okay, well, why am I wrong? You know? And you're thinking, okay, like, well, what's going on there? And it starts to kill credibility. And people then think, people are very cutthroat. You know, if someone says something wrong, oh, this guy's full of shit, they'll be like, oh, fuck this guy. And, that's it, I'm off. And then they unsubscribe and then they just forget about it, you know? And that's the sad truth. And the worst thing is, guys putting out the wild ass shit content and lying about trading, they're the ones that are getting the cred. It's wild, you know? Do you know what? I mean, if I can help you do that, just a little tweak. Remember, for me, it was a little thing. Me working out and understanding what happens when price rises. It's like, for example, go try it out yourselves, guys. Go and ask someone, okay? Or someone that's not in this chat, all right? Or ask a friend who's involved with trading. Show him a picture of price rising, all right? Show him a picture of price rising and ask him, what market is that? I guarantee to you, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say it's a rising market and who's in control, and they'll tell you the bulls. It's a bullish cycle. Congratulations, you are one of the market makers' liquidity pockets. Whether you've got £1 in your trading account or you've got 1,000, 100,000, or 1,000,000, it's still chump change to them. But when there's 100,000 people, millions of people with those sort of figures, and they come to the market, then it starts to make a difference, So when you ask someone, is price rising, and they say, yeah, it's a bullish market, you already know they're a retail trader and they're 9 times out of 10 gonna, they're gonna lose their money, you know? Yeah, we're looking at the 3M test. Are you thinking that price is going to retest in 3 minutes? I don't know. If people consider me as a mentor, I honestly, that's wild. Thank you so much, because for me, it's this channel's my journal, right? It's me pulling out my thoughts. I have been non-stop just looking at charts for the past 5, 6 years, right? Started out this trading journey 10 years, man, right? Been in the game 10 years, and for the past 5, 6, I've non-stop looked at charts. I've babysitted charts. I've just looked at them everywhere, screens all over my place. It's just wild, and I just love the idea of it. I love trading, and you have to put yourself in that passionate place. You have to want to do it, you know. Yo, Christian, yeah, we're true. Tomorrow during the day we stream. Okay, we stream from anything from 9:30 all the way through. I mean, this today I streamed from 9:30 all the way till 7 o'clock, and gave my computer a bit of a break, and then got back on at 10. All right, but every evening it's between 9:30, half past 9, 10 o'clock GMT. Okay, that's when we do the evening stream where it's spoken. All right, during the day, don't really do the speaking. It's just on the live chat, because I know some people have asked me, to have no audio because they have the screen up whilst they're at work. All right. So, to have me talking, they might bait themselves up in the office. I don't know. But I just want you guys to look at something for a second. Hold on. This is one little trick that you guys can pay attention to. Look at the spread. Look at Bitcoin's spread. Widening. Look at the widening of the spread. It's called a straddle. Right? They're just smacking out the orders, taking out everybody's orders, man. Okay, it's a serious move. Let me just get rid of this. Yeah, man, hands up, you were there, man. Yeah, we had 9 hours of streaming. You know what's funny? I kept saying to people, okay, I'm going to stop the stream, and no one gave a shit. They were just like, just forget him, man. Just ignore him and make as if we don't know what he just said. Get some sleep, man. Yeah. Barney Rubble, man, thank you. This is the journey, guys, because this is what you've got to understand with trading. Trading is you have to, when you're looking at charts, now you might think I'm crazy, right? When you look at charts, you have to read the story of what's going on. You have to be looking at it. You have to watch every single pump, and they say to yourself, look, what are they doing? Every time price rises quickly, it's an order being taken. Yeah, it's not rising because the bulls are in control. It's rising because an order's been taken. They want to get shorts at the highest possible price. Yeah, remember that. Lucky K, crypto. Do you want to address Jura how comment about the fibs and how market makers use that? Jura, who's asked that? Okay, Jura. I mean, look, oh yeah, so from yesterday's stream, the story of the Fibonacci, right? Now, how many people in here use Fibonacci's? Like, is it part of your strategy? Give me a hey, like, give me a yes or anything like that. Arnold, yes, I am. But trading's not the only income that I have. Okay. No. I want to know how many guys are on the Fibs. No. Okay, that's promising. Yeah. No, that's good. Right, guys, you can't cheat here. If you heard the conversation yesterday, then you can't be saying no. Okay. No, good. Well, I'm glad you don't, Brian. Yeah, Jura, yeah. I got Jura. Okay then. So just a little bit on the concept of Fibonacci. So Fibonacci, okay, it's the market maker's tool for making retail traders believe about price at certain points. In other words, it's where the depositories of liquidity sit on the retail traders. You are showing the market makers, okay, where the deposits of orders are at. Remember, market makers can see liquidity pools, okay, right? They can see the pools of liquidity and they have to use order flow to get to that liquidity, all right? And you make it much easier for them by doing this. Look on the chart. For example, let's take this low. I'm going to just expand the chart now. Let's take this low here and draw all the way up here. Okay. Now you can see roughly we've got the 38 here, the 50, the 61. All right. Now what market makers do with the Fibonacci's is quite crafty. They know that retail traders look at these lines and say, yeah, I'm gonna enter here. Okay, I'm gonna put my, my buy stop. I'm gonna put my limit, my buy limit order. Okay, when it touches the Fibonacci 61.8, it's gonna retrace, and we're gonna be happy days. Okay. Now, the problem with the Fibonacci's is it's the market makers know that you guys are using them, so they're going to send price directly to that area to enable you to get your stop hit, okay, to get your order filled. They can see where you guys are putting your orders. They know guys trade the 38 and the 50 as a target profit area. Just look what's happened here. From the high here, all right, price has come down and it's touched the 61.8 zone and retraced off it. Happy days. Okay, but what you've got to understand is the market makers can trap traders with this Fibonacci because there are guys that are going to hold price to the 61.8, right? And the guys that trade and look at the Fibonacci and say, right, if it breaks the 61.8 point, it means there's no strength. Okay, I'm going to go short. Well, market makers know you're looking at this area, so they're going to whack price down and then send it back up, you know? It's the Fibonacci's, right? They're a good tool if you're just showing friends and family how to trade, all right? But it's the footprint. You're giving the market maker a footprint of your intention of where you're getting out, and this is without putting a stop loss. They say market. When you hear brokers talk about putting stop losses, all right? They always encourage you to put a stop loss. Always put a stop loss. All right? Because a broker knows one thing. He knows where your money's at in terms of your margin. Okay? So if he can see your margin percentage and he can see that you're above 100%, then he knows your account's in good standing order. Okay? But if he can see it in below 90, you're in the red then. You're on a margin call as such. He knows that you're gonna, you're struggling here. Why are you margined? It means that your money's out, it's being put to the test. All right. So the dealer can see that. So he's going to work your account. Market makers can see all the equity, all the margin calls that are happening in a certain point. Right. You give that information away. That's why they say you should not put too much risk down and expose your account, because you're effectively giving the dealer the opportunity to, raise the spread on you and screw your account and close you out. All right. Then you've got the concept of the stop loss. They always tell you, brokers, go and type a broker right now, and they'll always say to you, always put your stop loss. Any guru will say, always put your stops. Put a stop loss here, put a stop loss there. What you're doing with a stop loss is you are giving the dealer, okay, the license to close you out. He can send price in that area. If price is near your stop loss, okay, there are instances where, look, let's just get rid of this here, okay? Let's just go over to this point here. What I'm talking about, the margin for error as such. Look at the 50-day here and look at what price did here, all right? If people use the 50-day as a stop, all right, which they probably have, which is why the market maker pushed price down here, okay? If you had a stop there and you could see price, it looked like it was going to come and test it. If you had your stop loss there, it was going to get hit, okay? But if you had taken out your stop loss, okay, and said to yourself, I'm going to see if it does break it completely, I will close my trade, okay? You would have survived the trade. You would have survived it there. Now, what I'm saying to you guys isn't to trade without a stop loss, because I put a stop loss, but I put it for convenience, because my stop loss, for example, from here today, okay, my stop loss will probably be at M1. That's not a big stop loss, guys. You know, that is not a big stop loss. You know, it's like 46 pips in the scheme of the pricing of Ethereum. What I'm saying to you guys is that, say if I was to go to dollar yen, for example, all right, I would say, you know, on a W formation, which if we look at, let's pull up this here. Let's look at this M pattern here that's forming on New Zealand yen, Kiwi yen, okay? On this M formation here, my entry would have been on the break here. My entry would be here. I'm waiting for the Asian session to complete, okay? But what's going to happen is price is going to go up here again and then it's going to drop, okay? But my entry would be effectively here and my stop loss would be up here. That would be what? 5-6 pips. Reason being is because the money's locked up here now. They can't allow traders to make a profit up in this area. There's too much dead money here for them. There's probably about $500 million worth of contracts up here, and now they need to make money off that. So they're not going to release that money. They're not going to let that money go anywhere, because if they do, that means retail traders are making a profit. Okay? So back to Ethereum. That's my understanding. That's how I trade with stops, man. Yeah, be careful with stop losses. You know, if you're not dedicated or committed to keeping your money preserved, put a stop loss, okay? And you do run the risk of the dealers knowing where you are in terms of your trade, all right? Okay? It's pretty much a footprint it's a passport for the market makers to come and take your money, the dealer, you know? Okay, then, what we got here? What's better on everybody? Everybody isn't meant to be pulled to the joints, but one can pay their bills, help family, and live a good life, even if you don't become a billionaire trade. That is all. What's been discussed here? Yeah, no, yeah, 78% of retail traders lose money. The reason why 78% of them lose money is because 78% of them, okay, are following the wrong advice. You know, that's a really good statistic for a market maker. Notice how it's gone from 99% of the time traders lose, okay, or 90% of traders lose. It's now going to 78%. It means that people are starting to be a bit savvy with trading, okay? But 78% is still a huge amount, you know? 60% is still a huge amount, you know? But, you know, this is the nature of the beast, guys. You know, you certainly don't have to be Paul Tudor Jones. Now, Paul Tudor Jones, he's come from the pits, guys. He came from when it was, you know, when you opened a trade, you wrote on a piece of paper and you had to throw it across the fucking room to this big guy, you know, who he would then say, how many, you know, what, give me your price, what do you want? And then if he heard it, he would get the trade filled, you know. Nowadays, it's, you know, the luxury of sitting in the bath. You can actually open a trade, you know. You don't need no middleman. Well, you have a middleman, but it's, you know, you can just open a trade just like that. Yeah, guys, look, Ethereum is always going to be long term, you know. Any pullbacks? I mean, if you want to be position, if you want to get in quick, guys, okay, wait for this pivot point to be tested. Okay, as I said earlier on, you want price to go break out the pivot, come back, rise, entry here or entry here, okay? That's correct, yeah. Just wait for the pivot to play. Wait for the pivot to play. Just gonna go get my charger, guys. 2 secs. Okay, so could it go also crashing down? Guys, look, don't think that it's gonna, every time it breaks a level, it's gonna crash from that level, you know? It's don't always think like that, right? It always has to correct. You know, do you deem a move like this from the peak formation, rise, drop, rise, drop, rise, are these crashes? No, man. They're just dips in price. They have to reset the trend. They have to reset the cycle. You know, right now we're in level 1. This is level 1. We're waiting for level 1 to break. You know, level 1 consolidation. Level 2 here. This is level 1 end. Level 2 start. We want level 2 to take price all the way up here. Okay. Level 2 finishes up here, comes back. Level 3 peak formation. If the pivot doesn't hold, it can go down. It can go down now. Yeah, the pivot. Ultimately, if it comes back, if it doesn't hold above the pivot and then comes back and tests the 50-day and then bounces from the 50-day, you've got yourself a strong trade. You've got a very strong trade there. Temporary. Yeah, this is it. You know, we've got Tokyo that opens shortly. Tokyo is opening soon. We've got the range weekly high. This will hit the range weekly high. Okay, I know I say that, you know, people, you know, you should be wary of people that say it's going to hit a key at a certain area. Well, look, we're not too far from that, and there's been a lot of momentum and a lot of pressure to the upside. So we are looking at this key area here. The M3 looks to get hit. It will retrace maybe before it hits it. Happy days, but that's what we're expecting from this. And this is it, man. Hopefully I do have the answers. I hope so. You know, if anyone's new to the channel, you know, welcome aboard, man. We've got a few people that haven't turned up tonight. That's all good. Okay then. All right then. So now we're just playing the game. We're just playing the game in crypto now. Let's see what she's doing. M3. Okay. She's pinning the high right now. Do I feel comfortable with this area here? I mean, look, it's going to naturally come back and retest it. This is what we're expecting. It's part of the cycle. Okay, that's what I need to. Tokyo, can't see on the mobile. Eddie, how you doing? Tokyo opens in half an hour, my friend. 30 minutes. Hands up. Isn't that the what also the MMR anticipating? So they make it. Here's a blooper for you guys. Market makers don't actually use candlesticks. You know, they know that we use candlesticks. These candlesticks are formulated on the behavior of how market makers buy and obtain orders and how they close orders. Remember, they're using order flows, they're using algorithms, you know, they're using a different setup to us. All right. The candlesticks are the result of their actions. Okay. So they don't trade these bloody W formations and what have you. No, these formations are a pattern in their behavior. And it's a behavior that they can't change because they need this sort of behavior, you know, induce, fake out, trap, shake out. Hands up. Yeah, this is what I don't know if you heard me answer it. I don't know if you heard me answer hands up. Hands up, did you hear the answer to that? No worries, John. Good to see you. Thanks for passing through. Wicked, hands up. That's all good. You know. Yeah, there's Waste Gash in here. Where's Waste Gash? Where's Waste Gash? Yo, Waste Gash. How you doing, man? It's been a while. There we go. Shorty, you still in here? There you go. All right, Fifth Element's just sent me something. What's this? Okay, super shallow range. Keep in mind, use one applicable walls. Okay. I'm guessing that you can. I don't know. I'll try it out. I'll try it out. Who do you think controls the market cap? Oh, the market cap. We effectively control it because without us contributing to this, you know, we're not creating the market, you know? Where's Gash? What's going on, man? Who do you think? Yeah, what kind of effect is the Tokyo market opening going to have? Right, look. Whenever we always talk about the Sydney, the Tokyo, Hong Kong, okay? The effect is it's just another form of liquidity, you know? It's 11:30 in the UK right now. It's 10:30 in Sydney. It's 9:30, 8:30 in the morning in Tokyo. So people are going to work, all right? And Hong Kong people are just getting up, you know, 7:30 in the morning. So we're going to be seeing more people now coming to these charts, more people doing live streams, more people talking and speculating about where Ethereum's going to go. You know, it's going to be happening now. And that's just another contribution of liquidity coming into the market. That's all it is. The one important thing about the Asian session with Forex, all right, is the Asian session in Forex establishes the market maker's range. All right. The market maker's range is determined in the Asian session. All right. So all of what we're talking about with the market makers, all right, is all to do with how market makers behave in Forex. And it's no different to Ethereum, but we're dealing with different instruments here, and people are only just starting to adopt the principle of investing in cryptocurrency. All right. So we're going to transition to it very soon, where the way they trade Forex is going to be exactly the same the way they trade with Ethereum and cryptocurrencies as such. Waste cash. Yeah, it's a funny name, man. Yeah, man, that's it. Yeah, I just found out about that super chat, Fifth Element. I just saw your link. Crypto, yes, he does. That is why he's so freaking valuable. Hit that line. Thank you, man. 4:30 in Scottsdale, Arizona. Done. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so basically prices are going to be even more volatile when they wake up. Look, people are excited. Cape Town, we got Cape Town in here, wicked, man. People are going to be looking forward to the market. Like, look, whilst Ethereum was rising today, all right. So Asia and Sydney and Hong Kong were, they were awake when this drop was happening, right? And then they went to bed when it's actually reversed. They're going to see this and be like, oh, right, okay, cool. There's one or two things that we're going to do. We're either going to take some of our positions out, okay, or we're going to add more positions. So it's more liquidity into the pot. Now you can see price right now, it's looking to pull back. Right, so it's going to do one or two things, guys. It's going to test the 50-day, test the 200-day. All right, if it starts doing some stupid ass behavior and starts trading below the 50-day, then we know we're going to be seeing this 800 EMA again, but hopefully that's not the case. Yeah, as long as this formation here holds, okay, it will be in line with the peak formation. So peak formation, rise, drop, rise, drop. There you go. It's exactly what we're looking for. So we just sit back and enjoy. Yeah, man. No worries, Money UK. Thank you so much. Playing with the pivot right now, as predicted. Nah, it's just, you know what, guys? It's not about predicting. It's when you see the same shit happen over and over again. Guys, trading has to be boring. It has to be boring, guys, because if it's not boring, it means you're missing information. Best guess for the next drop in price, 50-day. 50-day. But that's the thing is, that's on the basis that this area here, okay, is strong. They could actually just ping these moving averages and just whoosh, go straight to the range weekly high. Who knows? I'm not sure we'll go under 1300 again. No, ZDOC, don't get it twisted. No. It's not boring when you're making money, okay? But you have to understand, trading is an emotional business. If you look, you have to be reacting the same way each time when you make money and you lose money. If you make 5 grand in one day and you lose 5 grand in one day, you have to be exactly the same. You have to say it's trading, it's part of the business. You sometimes get to a point where you're like, okay, the life that I've traded for, do I either go for a 9-to-5 job, okay, and use that income to source my whatever endeavors, okay, or do I just go full head balls deep into trading and trade with fear? I'm using capital that I need to withdraw from so I can pay my bills. I've made £1,000 today. That is brilliant. Yeah. Happy days. I made it. Or I've lost £1,000 today. Shit, I can't afford that. I can't be doing that. You have to feel exactly the same way as a win and a loss. You know, it has to be boring, because when it's boring, it means it's mechanical. It means you're buying and you're selling and you're taking a profit, or you're taking a small loss, you know? Ray, that is funny, man. Trust the dog. Yeah. Losing money hurts more than making money. Make human beings. We are human at the end of the day. Correct, Brian. Exactly that, Brian. Exactly that. You know? Man, you got into trading at 17. Man, I'm 35. I don't sound 35. People have said that. I don't sound it. But yeah, 1985 I was born, and you're getting into trading now at 17. Wow. Fair play to you, man. You know, kids nowadays are starting to turn savvy, man. You know, it's a good luck to all the kids. I mean, getting into trading now at 17, you're gonna experience, if you're gonna learn, the sooner you can learn how to manage your expectations of yourself in this industry, all right? You know, the sooner you're gonna come to understand how you will behave, because trading is an expression of character, guys. All right, it's an expression. You know, no different to when a doctor, he studies medicine. How well you practice your ability as a doctor is going to be a reflection on your character. We've got millions of doctors around the world all studying different things, right? We always want the best one when it matters. And whenever you go to the best one, he's always the guy that always talks about it, and he's got a passion for it. That's what you pay. You pay for that passion, you know? Dusty, thank you very much for the compliment. You thought I was 25. Nah, man. Yeah, I've got Instagram. It's Traders Reality, but I don't really fuck with Instagram. You know, I don't know. With Instagram, you have to tell you what, it's a hard place to crack. You know, it is a hard place to crack. Instagram is just, I don't know. You know, it's great for fashion. You know, if you like taking pictures of your food, happy days. You know, or you like motivational quotes, then fine. But I do post every now and then, but I just, by all means, it's just a platform that's there. I want to be interacting with people. You don't know who's liking or not. You don't know if it's a fake like, a fake account, or when someone reaches out to you, you get those influencers that come to you and say, pay me £100 and I'll get your account shown to 150,000 people. And then you run some analytics on their account and you can see that 100,000 people ain't doing shit. It's people are getting more tech savvy these days. In each live session, I've learned. No worries, Adam. This is what it's about. Your goal is to stay in the game, not to try and get out of it as quick as possible by risking the most amount of money. If you're aiming to try and make a quick buck, leave the stream, guys. Because what I'll be saying to you will be going to you in vain. You know, don't try and make a quick buck. Learn the game of trading. Learn how to place the trade. You know, if I was to say to you, right, you are going to fight Mike Tyson in his prime, okay? Are you going to arrange to go and fight him straight away from the moment I told you you're going to fight him, or are you going to prepare for it? Are you going to practice the punch? Are you going to condition yourself to be able to take a punch? Of course, you're going to condition yourself. So why is trading any different? Why shouldn't you practice placing the right trade, working on execution? Now, whether you open an account and trade with, the smallest amount of lots, okay, it's still a real trade. Right, you're only making 10p, but you're still earning from the trade. all right? Whether it's 10p, £1,000, 10,000, 100,000, okay? It's still the same fucking trade, all right? It doesn't matter. The nominal value doesn't matter when you're trying to understand how to place the trade, all right? It was 20k in the last month of my leverage trading. Just trade that loans a bitch. I've closed now 40 out 17 wins today. Finish up now, crypto. Finish your day, you know? Go to bed happy. You know, you've effectively got like an 90% success rate there, 85% success rate. Finish the day trade. You don't need to trade anymore. There will always be tomorrow. Okay? This year I made some money over the internet, buying and selling luxury watch for profit. Now I'm looking what crypto I start for. Good man, Dusty. Keep that hustle going. Narula, sorry. Yeah, I answered your question. Passion keeps you going with you. So I'm pretty immune to emotion. Right. I'm going into hiding. Yeah, we're going there too far. That's the joke. If you're just getting into good, you just go. You are very blessed. 100%. I don't see any way to get out of this capitalistic cycle. Yeah. I'm just reading your comments, guys. To learning trading on our own. I mean, to learn trading by yourself. I mean, the terms that we're using. Hold on. Let me just check something out. 2 secs, guys. Question, is the 50 the blue line or the red line on your chart? So the 50-day is this light blue. Okay, this is the light blue. These are effectively like Bollinger Bands of the 50-day. You know, the extremes of the 50-day. Extreme high, extreme low. Okay. Question, crypto wealth. Good work, bro. I think I will do that one. Yeah, finish the day on a profit, man. You know, finish the day on a profit. Remember, there's tomorrow as well. Right. Okay. Dark blue is the 800. That's correct. Yeah. Let me just get this sorted out again. Man, this is winding me up. 2 seconds, guys. That was good, guys. Okay. All right, then. 95 of you in the room, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, crypto, take yeah, just close your day out, completely stop, man. You know, because it's a nice feeling to, place that many trades and come out on top. You know, it's a good feeling. All right, so Ethereum now is doing some interesting work on these moving averages right here. It appears to me that this area might be locked. The peak formation looks like it is locked here for me anyway. I think a lot of people get burned because they are hyped online about making money with crypto without understanding market mechanics and getting emotional without long-term patience. This is true, Adam. This is very true. It's people get hyped up on social media because trading gives them, it presents to them a different life. Trading is sold on the grounds that you can buy a Ferrari in like 3 months of trading. Just deposit 500 quid and follow my signals and I'll get you a fucking house. So the reason why so many traders lose because they step into the game of trading already at an emotional high. Because they see the guy, he puts up a trade and he says like, oh, I've earned, 7 grand in 1 day or 15 minutes. And the guy's looking at himself thinking, I'm sat here, he's earned 6 grand in 7 minutes. And I'm sat here on my phone, busting a gut at my 9 to 5 job. It's wrong, man. And they're setting people up for failure. This game of trading, man, stop thinking about how much you can win. It's about how much it's about how much you lose, because it's the losing that keeps you in the game. If you lose frequently but very minimally, every time you win, you cover yourself, Slow money is better than no money, as they say. Easy money, Steve. Yeah. Brian, don't leave us now, man. Once COVID is over, I can go back to the casino and crypto. Brian, man. Oh, God. I've been kicked out of a casino before because I know how to card count. Yeah, but several casinos banned me in the UK. I'm banned from the Gala Casino franchise because I can card count. I love the blackjack. And yeah, I ain't going to be going back to those casinos anymore. Still some blockchain here to stay. That's true. Brian's too. Hey man, look, I haven't card counted or been to a casino. I mean, I'm actually involved in the biggest casino in the world, and that's trading, man. You know? But no card counting. But guys, we're in games of probabilities, played poker for a good 3 years as well. And it's all probabilities. I'd say poker was the reason why I came to understand trading better in terms of probabilities and being, and accepting that I have no control. For example, you dealt 2 aces pre-flop, you know, and pre-flop you think you've got the dog's B, all right, and then the flop hits and you can see 6, 7, 8, and the guy aggressively bets into you. You're looking at your aces and you're thinking, shit, has he got a straight draw? And you say, you know what, I'm married to aces, I ain't gonna let go of the best hands in the game, all right. And then a 10 comes on the board and you're thinking, I don't care, I'm married to my aces. And you keep you keep calling his bets. You call his all in, he flips over a draw, sorry, a straight, and there's you with your flipping one pair of aces done, you know? And trading, poker allowed me to appreciate that you know, at any point in time, it can all change. So what if you got in good, and your trade was well in the beginning, and now it's seen a loss, So in other words, take what you can get from the market. If you're coming into this live stream and you're asking, I'm in a profit, should I sell or not? All right, take the profit, man. Because then if you wait any longer, you could be in a position where you say, look, I'm minus X amount. Should I hold to break even or should I close? So whatever happens, guys, take to break even, take payment from the market. You've come here to make money in the market. Stop trying to do other shit to avoid taking a payment, you know? That's like going to a cash machine or an ATM with your card and purposely snapping your card in half when you put it in. And someone look at you and say, what the fuck are you doing that for, man? How are you going to get money out? Oh, I just want, I just wanted to see if I could, I know I can get money out, but, I'm not going to do it kind of thing. I mean, the analogy's a bit bullshit, but you get the principle of it. Zedov, could it be a bear trap? It have to sit in line with the cycle. It would need to travel up a little bit more because we've gone down 2 days in a row in 2 cycles. It's correct. No one ever want to take a yet. No one went broke taking a profit. Yeah, poker is just it's completely it's contributed to me understanding, value in terms of valuing my ability as a trader, you know, always value your chips, even, for example, when you raise a hand, if someone limps into the table, into the cards, right, they limp into the hand, sorry, right, pre-flop, they limp, and you raise, right, and you know, all of them fold, you've taken the fold equity right there without even seeing a hand, right? And that's no different to when you're trading and you enter a position and you instantly see a profit, right? That's your ante, take your profit. That's why I use the 2 hours thing. If I haven't seen a profit within 2 hours, I'm out. I get rid of the trade and start again. Yeah, the wick, look at the wick. It's bouncing off the 25 EMA, the 25 weighted EMA. We could be testing the M3, guys. Yeah, Litecoin is just, I think Litecoin is there just for the sake of being there, man. Cheers, John. I just saw your comment, John. Barney, look, if you also know when to check raise to get a read before you blow your low. There you go. Tokyo, guys. Yep, guys, we're in Tokyo. Tokyo time. Let's pay attention. Tokyo game. Yeah, I mean, look, check raising to get a read before you blow the game. It's these are the lessons, but in trading, the equivalent to trading will be you pay to play. That's where I got that from. You pay to play. If you want to know if a trade's going to play out, pay for it. You want to go to the cinema and watch a film, pay to watch it. If you want the, experience driving a nice car, right, go and rent a Ferrari. Pay for it. You pay to play. If you want to know if your analysis is on par with what you've come up with, or you want to know if price will continue based on what you understand about price, pay to play. Don't be hesitant. Don't say to yourself, oh, should I get in here? Should I get in there? Should I hodl? Should I just trade short term? Take the trade, okay? Set yourself how much money you're happy to lose and leave it. You have no control once the trade is taken. You can only control how much you lose. Surging up, yeah. Here you go, probing that's called, Brian. You'd be familiar with that. Probing. Buy a bit, add to it. Buy a bit, add to it. Procrastinator, what's going on? Alt season looks like it's on its way to because of Bitcoin dominance being down. This is it. It's maybe time. You're up 110%, Jamie. That's good. Wicked. With the sporadicness of how Ethereum behaves, Jamie, I try and lock in some of that profit, dude. All right. I've been in like 250, 300% profit, and that turned into like, minus 40% profit. How'd you work that out? That's what I mean. You ignore you ignore how much money you've got on the table when you're winning, but you pay more attention to what you're losing. How fucked is that? Because when you see your account going up and up and up, you start to not give a shit. You look at your trade account and you think, all right, I'm just going to go to the toilet, or I'm just going to go and do something. I'm in at 2 grand profit, happy days. You come back and now, minus 300 in profit. You're starting to care. You're starting to hold that piss. You're starting to not bother about cooking. You're not leaving your screen. You know, that's what happens. We don't put a value on when we're winning. We only care about what we've lost when we're losing, you know. Yeah, Brian, you hit the nail on the head. Pick up the phone, start that. Here we go. Consistent with Tokyo's behavior, man. Spike to the high, pullback. Spike to the high, pullback. Let's see what it does. If it doesn't break the 50-day, then we're all good. If it does, see, look, if anyone was going to trade the break of the pivot straight away, they were going to get trapped here. We want a clear break and then a test continuation. We enter either here or here. See, we're saving our money here, guys. We're protecting ourselves. All right. We're not trading on the basis of it being broken, because how many traders have done that? Look, 1, 2, 3. Trade the third touch. Bang, retail trader shit. And guess what's happened? It's pulled all the way back. Those traders have got trapped now. All right. We're the traders that we're the guys, okay, that want it to go break out, make some ground, come back, test it, and then break out again and enter on this part here. Let the guys sit here and get caught up in this fuckery right here, okay? We're sitting back, we're waiting. Fake out, Adam. And what time frame is your chart right now? 15-minute, man. 15M15. Eddie, what's going on? Market makers making you think something that is not real. Correct. That's pretty much it. Adam, a fake out is something that is not real. For example, let me bring to you, let me bring this to you. This is Kiwi Yen, and it happened today. All right. So what happens is this, all right, the Asian high and the Asian low. Usually in the final third of the box, all right, oh God, it's frozen. Come on. Here we go. Yeah. Usually what happens in the final third of the box, okay, market makers start to make their moves. And coming out of the Asian box, we see a stop hunt rise or a stop hunt low. Okay. Now this is what we're seeing here. We've got a stop hunt right there. Come on, what's this doing? For some reason, it's not working. Don't know why. Anyway, okay, so look. From this box here, from the final third of this box, the market makers start a run to the downside. Okay, it's called a stop hunt low. So they're faking out traders in the belief that price is going to go down. Okay, but then what they do is they bring it back in the opposite direction. Okay, so it's a fake out, faking out the move, and then up they go. They change the direction. All right. That's the basis of a fake out, and it happens all the time. It happens all the time across all time frames and all pairs and currencies, everything. No, not TradingView. Cody Ray, how you doing? No, don't use TradingView. Yep, trade Forex. Forex is my forte, man. Forex is it's the basis of it all for me. You know, I'm just applying the knowledge of what I know from Forex and cycles into Ethereum because it's a new instrument as such. Trader at Home. That's the name of the guy who created the principle behind these red candlesticks and green candlesticks. You can download those indicators. Okay, just search PVSRA. It's an acronym for Price Volume Resistance Support Action. Price Volume Support Resistance Analysis. All right, and you can download the indicators. But the one thing that this guy doesn't do is show you how to use them. He wants you to do that. He calls it homework. You know, you have to want to learn how to use it. You know, there's no books on it or anything. You know, you can join his forum, but this is the messed up thing. In order to join his forum, you have to understand the context. He asks you specific questions about what this system is before you can enter the forum. That's, you know, talk about being cryptic, man. If you don't know anything about it, you have to go and find out about it before you can access the forum. How fucked is that? Brian, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna end the stream shortly, all right, because I've got to put a few things to bed. I've got to get some other videos sorted out for a couple of guys that I promised, okay? But you know, if I'm not still on here, crypto, just message me on Discord. And guys, if you know, get on Discord. Yeah, I'm quite hesitant to ask people to subscribe and you know join the Discord because it happens all over the place and everyone thinks it's anything and that anyone does is clickbait fucking city, man. But you know it's just a method for you to know when I'm online. I mean, that's the best way I can sell it to you guys. You know, that's the best way of being subtle about asking for a subscription. But you know what? It doesn't cost anything, so that's the beauty of it. Before that happens, guys, look what's happening now. Okay? Price is now, look how active it's getting here, this red candle here. Starting to sniff the market maker madness right now. Okay? Are they closing positions and adding more longs at a cheaper price? The range weekly high is in sight. Okay, we're doing activity at the pivot. My conviction is still to the upside here, taking out these key levels. But until we achieve breakout, retest, continuation, this pattern is all your life is going to be based on. You know, that's your entry criteria. You either enter here or you enter on the break of here. You have a higher stop loss if it's here, but you have a, you know, a smaller stop loss if you enter here. Okay, because you could put the stop loss for this could be here, just a little bit below here, okay? Because you're buying into the move flourishing. Whereas when you're buying here, you've missed the majority of moves, so you're going to be anticipating a pullback to the bottom here. Wicked, Sam. Glad, nice. Thank you very much, Money UK. Look, we're doing this every night, guys, and at the weekend, okay, Friday night, Saturday night, that's when we do the long stream. You know, that's where I'll sit with you guys. You know, I'll sit until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning with this shit, man, because you know we can cover so much. We can sit through a whole session. That's what I'm planning on doing this weekend. You know, it's either going to be Friday or Saturday. It'll be a Saturday because for some reason Ethereum on the charts on my platform is closed for some reason. Okay, but we can use TradingView as well. That's not a problem. But yeah, we can use that platform and we can just have a good old session and just share back and forth ideas, guys. You know, that's what it's about. No problem, man. You know, people are great, man. You know, you only hear about people trolling the fuck out of people, but you know what? I've come across so many nice people on these streams, man. You know, much love to all of you, man. Here we go. Look what she's doing. Look what Ethereum's doing. Trapping up all the traders that got caught in this area here. Look at what she's doing. Purely on the criteria of waiting for the pivot to be confirmed, we saved ourselves a ton of money. Get used to doing that, guys. You know? I mean, even look at this. You got a little mini W here as well. For those short-term traders. A mini W there. Enter on this break here. Okay, ride it all the way up. Close, get your money out good. You know? You can see these little patterns all over the place. Bro, help me. Should I go long or short? Marco, should you go long or short? Well, depends on your... No worries, guys. JB's, no worries, my friend. Hugo, no problem, my man. That's what it's here for. No, I ain't selling. Nah, there's nothing to sell here, guys. I haven't come with no punchline yet. Where, oh, by the way, I've got a course for like 500 quid. How much of a, no, God, how much of a mug would I make me look, man? Forget that. You know, just so you guys know here as well, look, price is going to snap back. This candlestick has failed to take out the 50-day. And look how aggressive they're going to move price back up now. Just watch what happens with this candle here. How do you guys manage trading while having a life? Def having problems concentrating on school with money on crypto. It's all routine, my friend. You know, I place my trades and I'm usually done before 11 o'clock in the morning. 11, half 10. You know. I want to know how you get super chat enabled. No, someone sent it to me earlier on, which I'm going to read thoroughly again. I think it is you have to be part of the YouTube partner program, I think, where you hit 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. Yeah, you won't get anything like this because the other channels, no discredit to them, are only telling you stuff that is already available on the internet about trading. You know, it's the retail traders mentality. It's the, you know, go and buy a book on Amazon on how to trade and you're sorted, you know. I mean, I see some TikTok guys where they say, you know, oh, I don't know how to trade, you know, can you show me? And the guy's like, yeah, sure. All you need to do is go onto TradingView, okay? Draw a trend line when price hits this one area here, you know, enter when it breaks here. Man, if it was that fucking simple, let's be honest, man. If it was that simple, all right, you know, none of you guys would be sitting in this stream, you know. you'd be saying, you know, we're all making money. There'll be no purpose, you know. Everyone will be making money. We'd be in this stream sharing each other and tipping each other and giving each other, you know, all the money that we've been making all day because trading is that simple. No. And that's what I hate about it, man. Guys make it look so simple, you know, but they ain't gonna tell you about the struggle. You know, they're not gonna tell you about the money that's lost. You know, people don't want to hear about the shit things. They want to hear about the good things. Beastmaster Sessions. G-Man, what's good, bro? Wouldn't life be grand? How true, man. Most of trading from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. This channel is like the opposite of the Ty Lopez. The Ty Lopez, man. Fucking hell. Hope I'm not in that guy's category, man. Fucking hell. He's been mugging people off left, right, and center, man. Yeah, counting cards back in the day. Right, we got a test of the 50 right now, guys. No, we've got love for Ty Lopez, man. Although he is bringing a lot of hype to himself, man, based on his behavior, as they put it. Where we at, guys? All right, so this area here looks like it's holding, maybe. Tokyo session. Yeah, it looks like it wants to come back and retest. Usually when you see a red candlestick like that and it doesn't break the 50-day, you know it's like a dumping session. You know, they're just quickly dumping price, bringing it lower to accumulate more contracts in that area. Lupo, I would probably do that, you know, because it's Ethereum exists. They exist because of Ethereum. So, you know, only back. But when the mother is all good, everything's good. You know, then Ethereum as such would be the motherboard, and the altcoins will always, they're going to be the ones that follow Ethereum. You know, don't wait for them to follow it. You know, be the leader, join the leader, invest in the leader, which would be Ethereum. Sam, if we do break the 50-day, okay, then this formation would reset. All right, so if it comes and breaks here and continues to go down, sorry, let me repeat that. If price pulls back here, okay, and still trades along here, right, and then goes back up, it's fine because we haven't broken past the peak formation. Even if price comes all the way here and then reverses, we haven't broken past the peak formation, right? The level 1 is effectively locking in the peak formation. We are testing right now. This move here is testing whether or not this formation here is valid, all right? And so far, so good. We've got ourselves a run up, slight pullback, continuation, okay? That's what we're waiting for. All right, guys, listen. I'm gonna put the stream, I'm gonna calm the stream down for a bit now. Um, I've got to get these videos done as promised to these people. I've got to get them done because I said I'd do them. But look what Ethereum's doing now. Pay attention to what it's doing, guys. Keep an eye out on it. Okay, draw your formations. All right, and just keep an eye out on shit, man. We should see. Don't make any wild trades as well. All right. The pivot point. Just take this note down, guys. The 1356. The 1356 is the pivot point. So if you guys want to take that figure down and mark it off on your charts, okay, that's the pivot point, all right? And then the M3 point is the 1390, all right, 1390. That's the M3 point. So what you're looking for is a break, retest of the pivot, all right? So we need it to break out and retest the pivot and then go to test the M3, all right? Because what it could do is it could pull away from this pivot, okay? So, that can also happen as well. If that looks like it's going to happen, you really want to have candlesticks like this where they're strong closes, strong pushes, shifting away from the zone, pulling away from it. That's what you're looking for, okay? And if you do get that here, all right, when it breaks the 3, when it hits the range weekly high, it's always going to pull back. If it gets to anywhere in this range here, guys, it's more likely going to come back and test the 50-day. If it doesn't and it continues, we are effectively going for a little moon run, as they put it, okay? But my long-term objective here for Ethereum is the M4, and the M4 is 1468. Barney, just want to say, been pleasure tonight, mate. No worries, my friend. Thank you very much, Barney. No worries. And guys, make sure you've joined the Discord as well, okay? Because you'll get the updates on when I'm going live and whatnot, okay? So it has been a pleasure. And if anyone needs to ask me anything, just head to the Discord, man. Just ask me the question there. I'll reply to as much as I can. And we've got a nice little community going in the Discord, man. I'm loving it. It's good. You guys exchanging ideas, man. That's what it's all about. Yeah, procrastinated. This is what it's doing right now. It's testing the pivot point right now, so it's gone up and it's broken back down from it. The 50-day looks like it's acting as support. So now we just want to make sure that this pivot isn't a resistance point. No worries. Yeah, Waste Gas, that's cool, man. That's cool. Glad to have you here. All right. So, and what after the M3? Zedov. What after the M3? After the M3, my friend, look, we're looking at the M4. The M4 is the 1468. All right. The M4 is yesterday's high. All right. M4 is yesterday's high. So, that's a very, an attractive area for the market makers because they know money's up there. Barney, if you look at the top to the pinned comment, it will say the Discord link. No worries, Lupo. Thank you very much. Thank you. No worries, guys. All right. All right, guys. Take it easy. All right. Just keep an eye out on Ethereum. All right. Trade safely. And we're going to do exactly the same again tomorrow. All right. Cool. Guys, thank you so much for all the love. Yeah. Take it easy, guys.